So let us talk about our course, which is going to be, as I'm talking about something called as which is going to be a full stack data science course actually, guys. So our course, whatever we are learning is going to be, it is going to be a full stack data science actually. So first of all, let us try to understand what do you mean to say full stack actually, guys? So nowadays, the companies are talking about, even the trainings saying that it's a full stack data science, full stack Python, full stack Java, full stack UI, everything they are talking about a full stack engineers. Even in the companies also, we are having the roles called as a FSC roles that are talking about that, which is going to be what they are calling it as a full stack engineer, what we are talking about that. It's a full stack engineer. So what do you mean to say a full stack basically, guys? What do you mean to say full stack basically? So nowadays, the companies are looking for the people who are having, that means who are capable to work at any level inside the project. Whenever we are working in a project, obviously we know that we have to require a multiple skill sets we have to require. For example, let us talk about a data science actually, guys. So whenever we are working with the data science, so we have to require some people who are expertise in a different roles we have to require, different expertise it is required. So once again, what are the different roles or different expertise that is required? Like which is going to be some kind of a data analyst may be required as part of our data science. So when you're working in a data science project, so mainly we have to require a different expertise that is required. So an expert who is going to be capable to analyze the data is capable to analyze the data. And apart from that, there is also going to be a data visualization experts are going to be gets required. So who can capable to visualize that particular data and etc. Not only that, there are so many other roles are going to be gets required. Maybe we have to require some kind of which is going to be a kind of a machine learning expert is also going to be required. So a machine learning expert, an NLP expert is required, or it may be a deep learning, or it may be an AI expert, etc. We have to require. So what the companies are looking for the people here is, it's not that they don't want to hire a person who is going to be expert in data analyst, and then we have to like hire one person who is going to be expert in a data visualization or like that. They don't want to hire the people with a different it's going to be like a different expertise like that. So in that case, what happens, we know that. So generally it is going to take say a more time to complete your project, but because a different people are going to be works at a different levels. That's why now the companies are looking for the people or looking for the candidates who are going to be having all that particular skills that are going to be required, such that they can work in at any level of the particular project. So he should be an expert in which is going to be like he should be an expert in data analysis or a data visualizations. He need to be an expert in some kind of a machine learning, or he should be having some expertise on NLP, deep learning, AI, and so many. Even not only that, even some kind of an cloud computing, okay, or big data systems. So all these are going to be gets required actually. All these guys are going to be gets required actually. So that's why what the companies are looking for the people here is who are going to be having a skill of full stack, which is going to be data science. That means they should be aware about all these kind of skills about that. You need not to be an expertise in all of them, but at least if you are expertise in at least two of them, like data analysis and a data visualization and machine learning or NLP. So whatever the areas or whatever the concepts or whatever the experts areas are there, so they're looking for the people who are having a multiple skill sets which they can work in the data science. So a full stack engineer is nothing but a full stack engineer is going to be nothing but which is going to be a person or a candidate who is going to be having the idea or expertise in multiple skills of that are going to be required in our data science. So that is what exactly we are going to be calling. That is what we are going to be calling them as a full stack data science role. We are going to be gets calling about. So there only we can understand that. So here only we can understand that we have to learn. That means if you want to become a full stack data science engineer, you should be aware about which is going to be a multiple skill sets we have to require actually. It is going to be a multiple skill sets we have to require it actually. So it is not like just like learning a skill and that directly we can get a job and we can survive it. So we have seen so many, I have seen so many people like that also, which is going to be they learn only a particular skill and they will get a job. Somewhat they are able to manage. Somewhat they are able to manage it actually. But after going into the company, so they are unable to handle the project. So even the companies are the managers are looking for the candidates. So who is capable to work on multiple skill sets actually. So they will learn some kind of a data visualization skills and they're able to get the jobs. But once they enter into the corporates, so they are unable to manage those particular things actually. Why? Because which is going to be what we can see is they're unable to have some skill sets on, which is going to be on the multiple techniques it is going to be. So they are unable to work with data analyst roles, or they're unable to work with the machine learning roles. So that is the reason. So the companies are looking for the people who are going to be having, which is going to be the multiple, the roles are multiple, which is going to be the skill set that are going to be gets required actually. So our full stack data science itself is going to be, our full stack data science itself is going to be such kind of a roles what we are learning it actually. So that is also one reason why we are going to spending a more time on this particular course curriculum. Why? Because we have to learn a multiple skill sets. We have to require it actually. Then what is the necessity of that? That why we have to require all these kind of a roles? Like, why do you require a data analyst? Why do you require a data visualization? What is the necessity of machine learning? Okay, what is NLP? Finally, all these skills we are going to be using is basically for one purpose actually. It is used to all the skills we are going to be using to, which is going to be getting some kind of an insights from the data. All these are applied on the data. All the skills will apply some data analytical skills, a kind of a data visualization skills, or some kind of a machine learning algorithms and NLP related techniques, or a deep learning or AI, and all these things, even cloud, or even it can be some kind of a big data applications. All these things we are going to be using as part of this particular the data science role. Finally, all these applications are basically used to, all these applications are basically used to get some insights from the data actually. It is used to get some insights from the data. That means it is just basically to say that to understand the particular data actually. So to get some insights from the data, we are going to be applying all these particular skills. The main technique is to understand the data. So whenever we want to understand the data, so with a, which is going to be whenever we want to understand that particular data, so we are going to be using all these kind of skills what we require. So why not only one single skill only? Why not only data analyst? So there are going to be multiple techniques are going to be there. So whenever we want to handle the data, so whenever the data is going to be very huge volumes of data, whenever we are going to be having a huge volumes of data, maybe something around some terabytes or petabytes of the data, then normally we cannot handle it directly. So in that cases, we are going to be using some kind of a big data systems, what we are going to be using. So why do you use a big data systems, or why do you use a big data techniques actually? Whenever you want to process huge volumes of data, so processing some kind of an huge volume of data, we are going to be using it actually. Huge volume of data, we have to use some kind of a big data technologies. So let us say that my role is a data analyst role. Maybe my role is going to be a data analyst role, but my data that I want to analyze is a very, very large volumes of data, a very large volumes of data actually. So whenever we want to work with, whenever we want to work with a huge volumes of data, or whenever we want to analyze the huge volumes of data, directly we cannot analyze it because our systems are not capable to handle that much volumes of data. Then first of all, what we have to do, we have to perform, which is going to be some using some kind of a big data systems. We have to process your huge volumes of data, what we have to analyze it actually. So for this, what type of systems we have to use it actually? Like we are going to be using something like an Hadoop. We are going to be using some other ecosystems like Hive, or which is going to be something like a Spark and something like a Kafka. These are all some kind of an what we can talk about, some of the ecosystems which are part of your big data systems. So it's not like that's what I mean to say is it is not just like learning a kind of a skill. learning a kind of a skill and just going ahead actually. So it is going to be a technique. What we can see here is you have to know about all the techniques, which is basically used to handle the data. It may be a storage, it may be a processing, or it may be analytics, whatever it may be. So here, store and process. Big data systems can store huge volumes of data and also process a large volumes of data that can be processed whenever we are going to be gets working with this particular so-called as the big data systems actually. Like that, sometimes we have to go for some kind of an cloud storages also we have to go. And even clouds are also nowadays providing some good number of services also that are providing. Even cloud level also, it's not only the which is going to be the storage, which is going to be the one what we can see is they're also providing a lot of services which can handle a large volumes of which can capable to work with the data actually. So here also we are having some kind of a cloud-based services are also going to be there actually. Sometimes we have to require some kind of a cloud-based services also that is going to be required. Like we have to use some services like it may be Microsoft Azure. There are some services are there, guys. A Microsoft Azure, or it may be Amazon Web Services, or which is going to be a Google Cloud platform. We are going to be having some discussions about that. Yes, we are going to work with them. We don't work with all of them, but we are going to be working with some kind of an Azure services. We are going to be discussing about that. So like what are the different type of storages we can do? And apart from that, even in Azure, we are going to be something like what we can say is, which is going to be, what I can say is, which is going to be some kind of an, some ML and AI related services are also there actually. So without writing any code at a free of cost, we can use those particular AI ML services. We can use it from the Azure actually. We have them actually. We have some kind of an Azure based services we have, or which is going to be some AWS based services we have, or even it can be some kind of a GCP based services. So those are some of the services what we have it actually. So like that, whenever you want to work with a real, whenever you want to work with the data science, so we should be having some knowledge of multiple skills. So starting from some kind of a data analysis and up to handle a large volumes of data and processing, like some kind of a big data systems are also required it actually. So that is the reason why we are going to be calling this particular course as which is going to be some kind of an which is going to be a full stack. Why? Because we are going to be learning a set of techniques and a set of technologies. We are going to be learning. Finally, our data, our main target is to get some understanding about the data, some insights from the data actually. That is what we want to do as part of our data science course. So in that, the main important task is going to be, before learning all of them, our main concentration, our main important is going to be nothing but what I said, that it is going to be machine learning. So what is exactly the machine learning? We can talk about that. What is machine learning actually? The name itself, it says that it is going to be something like which is going to be a machine learning concept. That means machines are capable to learn. Machines are capable to learn from the data. So whenever we give some data, they will learn from the data and they can understand the data actually. Like we can talk about some simple examples also. So we can talk about a lot of examples. We can talk about that. That is, there is some data was there. You can feed that particular data to the machine. You can feed that particular data to the machine. Machines can make, that means we can make the machines too, which is going to be study from the data. They can learn from the data actually. So now machines has become a very intelligent actually. So machine is going to be nothing but which is going to be a very intelligent. Nowadays machines has become very intelligent actually. So they are capable to learn by themselves. So without having any much coding, they're able to start learning from the data actually. So this is going to be so this is going to be the one what we can see, which is going to be the one what we can see as of that particular applications, what we can see with the data actually. So getting some insights from the data is our main target here now. Getting some insights from the data is our main target actually. So to do that, which is going to be what we are going to be using here is, we are going to be using a various techniques and various technologies or some different types of methodologies. We are going to be learning it actually. So what I'm saying here is machines are, first we are going to start with something about machine learning. So anyhow, before going for machine learning, we'll learn the data analytical skills, data visualization skills, some kind of a machine learning. I'll just show you, like just before the class, we are doing some kind of an which is going to be the analytics what we have been got done. Have a look at this. I'll tell you the data actually. So this is going to be a one of the data visualization just in the morning 7:30 a.m. To the 8:30 a.m. the batch was there. So there as part of them, we are doing some kind of a data visualizations. So you can understand that the blue color line is going to be, it's for India, and the orange color line is going to be for a country called as in Somalia. And on the x-axis, you can see that it is going to be, you can understand the x-axis, 1950, 1960, 1970, 1980. These are all nothing but the years, as you can understand it easily. 1950, 1960, 70, 80, 90, 2000. These are all the years actually. So over the year, how the Indian data has been changed. What is this data actually? It is going to be something called as the GDP per capita income. It is going to be the GDP per capita. So how much is going to be the GDP per capita income for each and every country over the time period, what we can see. Observe carefully. So if you observe the data carefully, Somalia is having a GDP more than India in 1950s. In 1950s, the Somalia, so you heard about a country called as Somalia, which one is going to be one of the, economically, it is going to be very back compared with one of the African country. So which is going to be Somalia. So one of economically, it was very back compared with the other countries over the world. You can see it actually. So if you observe carefully in if you see 1950s, around in 1950s, if you remembered, if you see the data, it is going to be India is having the GDP per capita income less than the Somalia. But you can see how over the time period, how the India GDP per capita has been got increased. You can see there. The income has been got drastically, it has been increased for India. Now it has been changed to somewhere around 2,500 in 2007 or 2002 data it is. But if you see the country for Somalia, it is going to be, which is going to be, we can say how the data has been got decreased. The data has been got decreased. So it is going to be a kind of an data analytics only, but we are doing with the help of which is going to be the data visualization. We are trying to understand the data. So the skills which are required to visualize the data, actually, it's a skill which I am going to be using to work with the data. For that, I have written some small codes we have been got written. We didn't written any large codes, but it is going to be a small scripts only, which I have been got written actually. You can see how I have been written that particular, the script, what we can see it actually. Some examples, what we can see. Like that, it is going to be the stock price of various companies. So the blue color is going to be the Apple stock price over a particular time period actually. Over a time period, how the stock price of Apple company, the blue color is for Apple company and the orange color is going to be for Microsoft. So how the Microsoft stock price has been changed over a particular time period. So I just want to tell you like how exactly we are going to be, what we are going to be working with that. So which is going to be, this is going to be what we can say, the skill, what we are going to call it as data visualizations. So data visualization is also part of your data analysis. So if you want to analyze the data, every time we cannot analyze the data just by using some text and values. We have to do some kind of a data visualization is also going to be gets required actually. So without having a data visualization, we cannot do that. So anyhow, as part of data visualization, we are also going to be learning, which is going to be, we are going to be learning a different skills, what we are going to be learning. As I said that in big data systems, how we work with Hadoop, Hive, Spark, Kafka, and whenever we work with the cloud, we have Azure, we have an AWS or a Google Cloud Platform. Same as it is in data visualizations also, we are going to be having a multiple techniques are there. So we can do by using with the help of Python, we can do that. Or even some kind of a tools like Power BI, or which is going to be a Tableau. So we are having a different types of a tools we are going to be having it actually. Even we can do it by the help of Python. So here, if you can see, I have done with the help of Python only. I have been got this one. This is Python script actually, guys. I didn't use any tools. I didn't use any tools. I just done it only just with the help of, which is going to be by using some Python scripts only we have been got written actually. Some basic Python scripts I have been written, just a 2 lines, 3 lines of code. So this is going to be life expectancy. You know that you may hear about what is life expectancy. So let us say that as part of the conditions remain the same. So what is going to be the average lifespan, what we can see? In India, if you can see, the lifespan has been increased drastically over the time period. In 1950, it was very less, almost till 38 years it was there. But over the time period, if you can see, it has been got increased drastically. But for Somalia, if you can see that it has been increased up to some extent. And after that, suddenly in 1990 or somewhere, it has been got decreased it actually around in 19 after 1990 year. So 1992 something, it has been got decreased. After that, again, it has been got started increasing actually. So this is life expectancy. So what is the life expectancy? What they call it as. So what is the reason behind that? In 1992, so in Somalia, there was a civilian war was there actually. So almost all somewhere around 3 lakh people has been died during that particular civil war in 1992. So that is also one reason why that particular, what we can see is there was a decrease in the life expectancy has been taken place. So something, why, what is the reason? So what happened and why it has been happened? So what has been happened? In 1992, the life expectancy decreased. Why it has been happened? So it is going to be due to some kind of a civilian war. So during in the Somalia, due to some crisis, some kind of an economic crisis, there was a civilian war. And during that particular time period, somewhere around 3 lakh people has been died officially, and officially it can be more than that also. That is the reason the population also has been decreased. During the 1992, the population of the country also has been got decreased actually. So like this, we can understand the data visually. So whenever we work with some kind of a data visualization skill is going to be gets required actually, which is a part of our, what we can say that the data analysis part, what we are going to be using it actually. So that is what exactly we can talk about them. So data analysis, which is going to be a data visualization. These are some of the skills what we have to require. And main important is, which is going to be some part called this as the main important is the machine learning, guys. So what is this exactly machine learning here is, we will feed this data to the machine. Machine studies from the data actually. So we are going to feed the data to the machines. Machines are going to study the data actually. Machines are capable to study the data. Nowadays, machines, previously we used to say that machines can't take the decision by themselves. So we have to code some data. We have to give some instructions. Based on that particular instructions, only the machines can learn. But now the scenario has been changed. Now the scenario has been got changed. Now what the machines are saying is, we are capable to learn by ourselves. We are capable to learn by ourselves. We are intelligent so that we can learn from our side. We can just learn the things actually. That is what exactly the machines are going to be saying that actually. So what is a machine learning is nothing but you feed the data to the machine. You feed the data to the machine. Machines are capable to learn from the data itself. Machines are capable to learn, but how they will learn? With the help of some kind of what we can say, some kind of algorithms, what we are going to feed them actually. Anyhow, in our actual course curriculum, we are going to discuss about them, guys. Okay. So machines can learn, but how the machines can learn from the data actually? So give some data, feed some data to the machine, feed some data to the machine. Machines are going to be capable to learn from the data, and it is going to give you some kind of insights. Now, based on that insights, we can do some kind of predictions can be gets done. Based on that particular insights, we can do some predictions. So like examples, I can talk about that. A lot of examples we can talk about that. So for example, in a bank, if you have the data of the customers' data, the past customers' data, like who are the defaulters, the loans, the people who has taken the loans. This is our loans customers' data actually. And we have the past customers' data who has been became a defaulters, who are not paying the EMIs promptly. Defaulters and non-defaulters data is there. Defaulters and non-defaulters data is there. So who are paying the EMIs? We have some data like what is their age, what is their salary, etc., etc. Now, if you feed this data to the machine understands the data, like who could be the defaulters, who are the defaulters, what are the characteristics of the defaulters, what are the characteristics of the non-defaulters. The machines can study it. Now, based on that, it will give you some insights. It will tell you some insights about that. So who are the defaulters, who are the non-defaulters? It is going to tell us about that. Now, once if you got the insights, based on this in the future, whenever a new customer applies a loan, so whether the loan should be approved or not is going to be decided by which is going to be the machine can tell whether to approve or whether it is going to be not approved. To whom I have to give the loans, to whom I should not give the loans. All these are going to be taken the decisions by the machines can understand the data actually. That is going to be, which is going to be what we can see, which is going to be the machine that can make the study with the data actually. So what we are saying is, give me the past customers data. Give me the past customers data. So whenever we are working with that particular data, whenever we feed the data to the machine, machines are going to understand the data. Like for example, as I'm saying that the loans customers data, it will understand the data. It will understand the characteristics of the defaulters and non-defaulters. And based on that, in the future, what it is going to do is whenever a new customer applies a loan, to whom I have to give the loan, to whom I should not give the loan, it will be decided by the machines. So that is what the machine learning talks about that. So feed the data to the machine studies the data, get you some insights. Based on the insights, it can predict to whom you have to give the loan and to whom you should not give the loan actually. But how the machines can learn here actually? How the machines are going to learn here, guys? The machines are capable to learn because with the help of some kind of what we can say is with the help of some kind of algorithms. It's a help of some kind of algorithms we have to learn it actually, which we are going to call it as a machine learning algorithms or a deep learning algorithms. That is what we are going to be talking about that. Okay, there are going to be what we are going to be talking about is a kind of a machine learning algorithms. So as part of our training sessions, the main important is we have to learn this kind of a machine learning algorithms will be there. Just I'm not starting with any implementation, but I'm just giving some names of maybe some names of which is going to be some names of some popular algorithms. I'm talking about them. Some popular algorithms I'm going to be talking about them. They are going to be nothing but we call them as a decision tree algorithm. If you go and check out what are going to be the machine learning algorithms, we'll get all these particular names actually. Decision trees, which is going to be what we are going to call it as a k nearest neighbor algorithms. It is a k nearest neighbor algorithms. We are going to be having something called as a Navi base, and we are going to be having something called as a neural networks. Neural networks are going to be a very popular algorithms actually, guys, which are going to be part of your deep learning applications. We call it as a deep learning neural networks, what we call it as. Actually, neural networks or deep learning is a part of your machine learning only. As part of machine learning only, we are going to be studying about that. Even we are having something called as a linear regression, and we are going to be having something called as a logistic regression. We have a different types of algorithms are there actually, guys. We are having something called as a k-means clustering. These are all some kind of again in neural networks, we have so many are there actually, guys. We are having artificial neural networks, ANNs, convolutional neural networks, CNNs, and recurrent neural networks, which is RNNs. These are all the different types of the neural network algorithms, what we have it actually. So as part of our course curriculum, our main target is to learn these algorithms only, guys. And how to apply these algorithms. In which cases we are going to be using, which kind of algorithms are going to be best suitable. On what kind of a data these algorithms will work. What are going to be the pros and cons of these particular algorithms. So all these we are going to be studying about this particular algorithms only. Why? Because data science is all about, it is not learning about a language, or it is not about learning a tool, or not learning about a technology. Data science is all about learning some different methodologies. We are going to be learning some kind of a methodologies. And we are going to be learning some different types of techniques, what we are going to be learning about that. And we are going to be learning about some kind of an algorithms. And we are going to be using a different kind of systems. And we are going to be implementing a different types of processing techniques. Finally, all of them we are going to be applying to get some insights from the data actually, guys. That is all about a data science. If you even see what is going to be a data science. So what is going to be a data science? What we can talk about that, which is going to be, if you see the definition of that also, we are going to be using, this is going to be what we are going to be working with this actually. You see the definition, you are going to be getting only that kind of a definition, only will get it actually. So I think you all of you have been heard about that. I didn't talk about that. Nowadays, people started talking about a very, one of the latest buzzword is chat GPT. So chat GPT is going to be one of the, what we can say, it is going to be like one of the, what we can say language model. It is a one of the language model which was developed by the open AI community, which is going to be working as a language model, completely developed with the help of AI based application only. It is an AI based application actually, guys. Okay. So which we can see the testing, you can just test it actually. So if you want, you can see what is data science. So it's not like a Google. I think all of you have started using this because nowadays you can see that Google is going to navigate to the corresponding links. But here, if you can see, which is going to be, it is directly telling you like a chatbot, how we are able to chatbot, we are able to see that actually. So already I told you about that. Data science is an interdisciplinary field that involves the use of statistical and computational methods to extract some insights and knowledge from the data. It is a combination of various fields such as statistics, mathematics, computer science, and domain knowledge. So data scientist uses a range of techniques, a range of techniques and tools to collect some data, to process the data, analyze and interpret the large and complex data sets. They develop and apply algorithms. As I told you, they will develop and apply the algorithms and models to identify the patterns, make prediction and inform the decision making. So if you see all the terminologies, so it is going to be such as statistics, mathematics, computer science, domain knowledge, and uses a different types of tools and techniques they will use this. Collect the data, analyze the data, interpret the large and complex data sets. They develop and apply some kind of an algorithms and models to identify the patterns, make predictions and inform that. So I told you about all the things. Data science is having an applications in almost all the fields, such as healthcare, finance, education, hospitalities, everywhere, guys, everywhere it was there actually. You can talk about them. Healthcare, finance, marketing, which is going to be so many things, recommendation system, social media. It is used for tasks such as fraud detections, risk assessments are there, personalized recommendations, as I told you, recommendation systems, and some kind of customer segmentation, all these things we can have it. And overall, this data science is a rapidly growing field actually. It is a rapidly growing field that is transforming the way business and organizations operate. And it is going to be having a potentiality to make some kind of a significant impact on the society. Every day, without having a knowledge that we are using a machine learning or we are using a data science related concepts. A simple example I can tell you. In our mobiles, whenever we are typing the SMS or in our Gmail, when you are typing the emails, predicting what could be the next word. That is one of the best example of your data science topic, a data science application. It is going to be predicting the next coming word. What could be the next coming word? It is going to be developed by kind of a language models. Even the chat GPT, whatever we are using, is one of the success stories of this one actually. Earlier, that means earlier, whenever we talk about the success stories of data science and AI, we used to call some examples like there is a game called as an AlphaGo. There is a game called as which is going to be an AlphaGo or which is going to be a driverless cars. The driverless cars and the AlphaGo is going to be the one of the success stories of the AI machines. Now, the one of the latest invention of AI is going to be the one of the implementation of AI is your chat GPT. So the chat GPT is going to be one of the success story of AI actually. So AlphaGo is also a kind of an example. So where it has been a very, we have a multiple, there are going to be some sequence of steps and all these things we have to go about that. Maybe you have been not heard about that, which is going to be nothing but the name called as an AlphaGo game. So it is going to be the AlphaGo game is going to be one of the game what we can see that it's going to be, you can see it actually. So see, even ChatGPT was integrated with my my Google Chrome also. So along with my Google, which is going to be my ChatGPT is also going to be answering the questions actually. You can see it actually. So this is going to be the AlphaGo. So AlphaGo is a computer program developed by the DeepMind Technologies, which is a subsidiary of Alphabet, which is going to be incorporated in Google's parent company. AlphaGo uses, I told you, deep neural networks and machine learning techniques to play the board game Go. The name itself is Go, and the name of that computer program is going to be AlphaGo. So previously, we used to talk about this success story of this one only. AlphaGo uses the deep neural networks and machine learning techniques to play the board games Go. There's the name of the game is going to be Go, and this is going to be. And you can see that AlphaGo won the match 4-1, which was considered a major breakthrough for artificial intelligence and AI research. So it has been played with the toppers, which is going to be, they have been played with a 5-game match against some Lee Sedol, the world champion. Actually, he was in the this one. Out of the 5 games, the AlphaGo has been won 4 games. He's one of the champion in the Go, the particular Go game. He's one of the leader, the world champion Go player. It's a Lee Sedol. He's one of the champion in that particular one. It's like a board game. We have to have the multiple combinations and all these things. We have to do that actually. So earlier it was there with the chess. The reason why AlphaGo victory was such a significant achievement is the Go is a highly complex and abstract game. So many combinations they have to choose. There are more possible configurations on the board in Go than there are going to be atoms in the observable universe. This means that traditional brute force methods of computer playing game like those, which we have been developed by using chess playing computers. They have been chess playing computers actually. They are going to be earlier. We used to use some kind of a brute force, what we used to use it actually, the methods. So like that, this is going to be AlphaGo. But now the ChatGPT is going to be the latest success story. Or previously we used to call it as driverless cars actually. It is going to be a driverless cars actually. That is also going to be self-driving cars, what we are going to be calling it as. So see guys, my Google Chrome was integrated with the ChatGPT, and that is also going to be giving all that particular information about that actually, along with the Google, whatever the Google search is going to be there. So it is also going to be one of the success story of which is going to be AI only. It is also going to be success stories of which is going to be AI and machine learning only. So this is going to be what that has been without having any human driver. These are going to be having these particular applications. Okay, but if you set C here, it is also one of the success story of AI, machine learning, deep learning application only. It was there. But the latest buzzword, the latest one is going to be the latest success story is going to be nothing but it is ChatGPT is going to be the one of the success story of which is going to be AI actually. So driverless car, AI, what we can say about that. So it's a completely an AI-based system only. It was not informed here, but it is going to be somehow it is going to work and all these things. A lot of AI and a lot of machine learning and all these things is going to be there actually. So that is going to be the previous success stories, but now ChatGPT, we are talking about that. So what is ChatGPT if you ask about that? So if you ask what is ChatGPT? So if you ask about ChatGPT itself is going to tell you like what exactly ChatGPT is going to be. It is also an AI-based, which is going to be an AI-based application only. We can see the latest success stories, we can talk about them. So it was developed by, which is OpenAI. It was initially released in 2022 November. It's the latest invention, what we can call it as, is an artificial intelligence chatbot developed by OpenAI and launched in which is going to be the November 2022. It is built on top of OpenAI GPT-3 family, or it may be a language model actually, guys, and fine-tune both using both supervised and some kind of reinforcement learning. We have a terminologies are there. When you go to our machine learning concepts, we are going to learn the things like what is supervised learning. You can see there is something called as an supervised learning. unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. So basically, our learnings are of three types, which is going to be what we can say is, which is going to be the one we can see supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. The ChatGPT was basically developed by using both supervised learnings and reinforcement learnings. Also, we'll see them actually. We'll see what are those in our applications. We'll have a look into that applications in our later classes. We'll see with an application actually, guys. Okay. So these are going to be the some of the things which we have to know, understand about our particular the application, what I'm talking about a machine learning. So we'll feed the data to the machine, and machines are going to start learning from the data with the help of some kind of an algorithms. Machines won't study by themselves. They will study with the help of some kind of an algorithms. So what are those algorithms, how they will work, or how they will help the machine to study the data? All these things we are going to be using. All these things we are going to be learning as part of our course curriculum. We are going to be learning about them, guys. Okay. So that is going to be all about my introduction part of that. So in the next class, I'm going to take a few technical aspects about that. Anyhow, these are demo classes only, no? So I'm not taking much timing on that. Just hardly our daily session is of 1.5 hours, but demos will be generally for 1 hour of time only. We are taking it, and not more than that. We are taking it actually. Okay, because we don't want to work more on the introduction part. So later, once you start with our actual curriculum, we'll be learning more and more about those particular concepts actually. Okay. So that's it from my side, guys, for the second demo session. Yesterday, I've taken already the same demo session only, but yesterday I didn't talk about any algorithms and all these things. I didn't talk about that. But today I have been just talked about something like what is algorithms and what are the different types of algorithms, and all these things we'll be discussing. We have been got discussed for the today's class, guys. Okay. So anyhow, one more time, we'll be having a complete discussion about that in our main course curriculum. Again, we'll have a complete discussion about what is data science, what is machine learning. Okay, all these things, subject, concept by concept, we'll learn the things actually, guys. Okay, so that is all about for the today's class, guys. Just for today, we'll stop it here. And if you have any questions, we'll take up some questions from your side, guys. Anyone, if you have any questions, guys, you can unmute yourself and you can speak, or you can use a chat panel also. Anything is a fine. Hey guys, anyone, any questions from your side? No questions, guys. Okay, then. Hope all of you have got some understanding about what is data science and machine learning for the today's class, guys. So in the next class, we'll see a little bit more and more about these particular topics. And from Monday onwards, we'll start with our regular classes actually, guys. Okay. So yes, Monday. From Monday, we'll start with the regular sessions. Tomorrow also I'll take a demo. So from Monday, we'll take a regular sessions. Right? Fine. So that's it, guys. That's it for. Yeah. Yes, Krishnakant, if you have any, okay. If you want any details, just you can reach me. I can give me my number. So please reach me on my number, guys. Anyone. So I'm sharing my number, guys. If anybody wants to have any discussion with me, so you can just contact me, guys. So I shared my number. So you can share if you have any questions, you can feel free to contact me. Okay. Yeah, I shared it, guys. I shared it to you. Just now in the chat panel, I have shared it. Okay. Fine, guys. So that's it for the today's class, guys. So we'll continue in the tomorrow's session. Thank all of you, guys.